Sure. Hi, Carl. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well in yourself.
Yeah, good. Thank you. A massive story today at your old club, Spurs. Antonio Conte is a new manager after Nuno's sacking. What do you make of that appointment, and what do you think Conte will do for Spurs?
I think he's a great manager. Obviously, the pedigree and the clubs that he's managed and the players that he's managed, it's going to be, hopefully a successful appointment for them. Obviously, it's been a tough couple of years with managers coming and going, and I wish him all the best and the club all the best.
Sure. What do you think about this match with the Belgians? Obviously, Pep's been saying it's the most important game of the week. You ran right in Belgium. What do you expect to do tomorrow night?
Hopefully the same. Hopefully we can provide the same, level of performance and result. It's important after the last couple of games that we get off to a winning start again and, get back on track and hopefully can go on a good run.
Thank you.
Simon Stone, BBC.
Hi, Kyle. The news about Sergio Aguero, obviously you've been a teammate of his for quite a while. Was that a shock, and has there been any attempt to get in touch with him?
I think it's a shock when it happens to anyone. Obviously, I played with Christian, and it happened to at the Euros with him. And you think about them, you think about the family. I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad that's the most important thing, that he's fine, as well as Christian. But it's a surprise. We're all fit athletes and we all train really hard every day. But obviously, with these things, you have to take certain precautions, and his health's more important than football at this minute.
I mean, when you mentioned about Christian, you are all fit, and everybody looks at you and thinks, well, nothing like that can happen to an elite football player, but it proves that you're all human as well. Yeah,
we're all human in more ways than one. We make mistakes as every human does, and we put in good performances, but health is key. Health is key, and without health you're nothing. So as long as Sergio's okay, obviously I know Christian's fine, as I spoke to him probably about 2 weeks ago. So hopefully we see no occurrences like this no more in football, but you never know what's going to happen down the line.
How was Christian?
I just spoke to him on text message and just said, I hope you're okay, mate. I played in the game at Tottenham when Fabrice Mamba went down. I was involved in that game. So I've seen it happen to a few people that I've shared the dressing room with, which is not obviously nice to hear. But as I keep saying, the main priority is their health. As long as they're fine, take as much time for Kun. If it's 3 months, if it's longer, who cares? As long as you're fit and healthy, that's the main priority in all this.
Thank you.
Simon Bashkowski, the MEN, please.
Hi, Kyle. We've seen a lot of players that were involved with England at the Euros kind of struggle for their fitness and form because they've played so much. How have you found it? Because you're obviously one of the few that has started really well this season.
No, I feel fine. Listen, with me, it's a big part of my game is on my fitness and, endurance and getting up and down the field. So, it's kind of no days off for me. I try and get in the gym as much as possible and keep up on my fitness, make sure that I'm eating well so I can perform to the best of my ability, come match day.
And you obviously arrived at City with a big transfer fee and obviously sort of justified that. Have you been able to help Jack at all since his arrival from Aston Villa?
I think we've all seen over the last number of years just what Jack can do. He's come into a new team with a new philosophy, a new different style of playing, different players. People take time. People can adapt in different ways. The talent's there. Of course, he shows it day in, day out in training. And also, obviously, I've been with him and had the pleasure to play with him at international level, and just how he keeps the ball, he's dribbling, attracting players, drawing fouls. It's great to us, and it's a nightmare, I can assure you, for defenders. So let's just, we'll give him time. He's not played badly. He's probably not just hit the assist and goals that he was getting at Aston Villa, but we like to share the load here.
John Smith, please, goal.com.
Hi, Kyle. Last couple of games, obviously, you've not scored. There's been a couple of games at home this season as well where struggling to create chances. How difficult is it in these sort of situations to stay patient and wait for that opportunity? And is it just a question of sticking to the game plan and knowing that the goals will come eventually this season?
I wouldn't say that we've lacked in goals, because there's been in a number of games where we've put in 5. We put 5 past Arsenal, 5 against Bruges the other week. So I don't think we've lacked in goals one bit. I think it's kind of like, okay, Man City don't score, they need a striker. But when Man City score 5, all of a sudden, you're doing quite well without a striker. We're a team, and I think this team has built itself on that foundations for definitely over the last 4 years, where, okay, we lost Kun in the summer, which was the hero, the standout, the poster boy for this club. But apart from that, I think everyone's on level playing field, where there's no egos. We all work hard for each other. We all run for each other. And it's 11 players on the pitch, not, 1, 2, 3, 4 superstars that, everyone else runs for.
Thanks. Jack on at the Mail.
Hiya, Kyle. The manager's just been in before and talking about the defence, and said that he'd rewatched the Club Brugge game away yesterday, and said he wasn't massively happy with the way the team defended. Have you been able to kind of pinpoint what the issues are at the moment defensively? Because he said as a collective, you're probably not where he wants you to be.
It's difficult, because I think like last season we was rock solid at the back. We couldn't concede a goal. Obviously, the arrival of Ruben was key, I think, in shutting up shop and making sure that we got clean sheets, which gave us a good platform to then go on and win games. But then again, I look at it and I don't think that it's just a back 4 or a back 5 with, the goalkeeper in net. You defend from the front, and we defend as a collective. We attack as a collective with our build-up. So I don't think we can pinpoint us just on us as defenders. That's not me shying away from the blame. Some of them, some of the goals that we've conceded could be a defensive, mistake or defensive problem. But I do feel that, as I just said there, as a collective, we do attack together and we defend together. So maybe the boss is not happy with the press or something like that. We'll have to wait for today's training session to find out.
So he's not mentioned it to you so far?
No, I mean, obviously he said that he watched the Club Brugge, so he's probably been, researching that and doing, his homework on that in the last couple of days after the schedule that we had against West Ham and then Crystal Palace, and then now he's moving on to Bruges. So maybe he's picked up something that he feels that can help the team, and he's going to, give his opinions on that, I'm sure, today in the training and the meeting.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Dave Anderson.
Hi, Kyle. You okay?
Hi, mate.
Kyle, just, looking at this game, how important is it to put on a good performance, obviously, with the big game that's coming up next Saturday, really? You wouldn't want to go into it maybe, still sort of hungover from the Palace defeat, really?
No, it's important. We have to get back to winning ways. We lost against West Ham in the Carabao Cup, and then, obviously, Crystal Palace coming up to the Etihad and winning 2-0. We know that the standards dropped a little bit in the last 2 games. So the best thing about football, it's always the next game and you can put things right. As you said, it's a massive week for us now with the Manchester derby coming up at the end of the week, and we need to make sure that we've got the morale back up and the lads are all singing off the same hymn sheet and playing well, and we can really attack this game and then go into the Manchester derby with, good form and a little bit more confidence than what we've got at the minute.